morning everyone. In this video, we learn about the meaning of scientific management, who is the father of scientific management, and what are the principles of scientific management. Scientific management means use of scientific, systematic, objective and logical ways and means, logical principles and techniques in the system of management in the process of the functions of management. That is, while using the functions of management, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, we should be systematic, we should be objective, we should be logical. No hit and trial methods. This is the meaning of scientific management. Now, father of scientific management is Frederick Winslow Taylor, popularly known as F.W. Taylor. He was an American mechanical engineer who contributed a lot towards the development of scientific management as a discipline, as a subject matter of study. So, he was one of the first management consultants. He contributed towards reshaping the factory system of production. Now, students, remember, there are two categories. There are two groups of people. One is the managers and other are the workers. Managers take the decision, but actual work is to be done by the workers. If the decisions taken by the managers are logical and they search out one best way of doing a task, they'll give the orders to the workers to perform in such a manner to adopt the best method, and the workers will perform accordingly. So, as per the scientific management, as per Frederick Winslow Taylor, he suggested that management decisions should be logical so that the orders given to the workers are best orders, they get the best way, they get the best method of production, and they adopt such techniques, such principles, such ways and means of production that the targets are easily achieved. Now we'll focus on learning of the principles of scientific management. There are 4 principles of scientific management, and this module has been designed in such a manner that it is a combination of animated video plus explanation. So to avail the benefit completely, please keep the volume of your devices down. Now we'll begin with the explanation of the first principle of scientific management, that is science, not rule of thumb, through a short animated video, and then we'll further understand with the help of an explanation of that. So let us begin and watch it together.
Just as carrying loaded head reduces the amount of effort, there is always a most efficient way of performing a particular task. This most efficient way can be developed and arrived at through study and analysis. The method thus developed should substitute the rule of thumb throughout the organization. This can save tremendous amount of precious time, material, and human energy.
So I hope that you have understood this small animated video. What does this say? See, a person was carrying a load on his head. Now, it means that he was tiring himself in unnecessary ways and means of production. Taylor contributed and he suggested that one such method of production should be designed which proves to be the best. Let's see the explanation.
Science, not rule of thumb. Taylor's scientific management pioneered introduction of scientific inquiry into the domain of management practice. It assumes there is only one best method to maximize efficiency that can be developed through study and analysis. It involves investigation of traditional methods through work study, unification of best practices, and development of a standard method. Science, not rule of thumb.
So, there may be many methods of production, but there is only one best method which should be adopted. Managers should decide, they should search out, they should logically think and search out that best method of doing any particular task. This is the first principle of scientific management. Second principle is harmony, not discord.
Every month we produce 30,000 pieces, but this month we have received an order of 50,000 pieces. Without your support, we will not be able to complete this order. We will definitely produce 50,000 units, even if we will have to give extra time. Here is a good news for all of you. We have completed the order in the given time and company has earned profits. Therefore, the management has announced a bonus of 1 month's salary as a gesture of your hard work and dedication.
I hope that you have understood here also. Management and workers, they are working in harmony. Whatever manager wants, workers are supporting. And when the workers are supporting, management has announced the bonus. It means they both are contributing towards each other. They both are positively accepting each other. They both are mentally accepting each other. And this is harmony, not discord. They are not fighting. They are not competing with each other. Rather, they are working for each other's benefit. Let's see the explanation.
Harmony, not discord. Taylor's scientific management advocates complete harmony between management and workers. Instead of conflict, it calls for complete mental revolution, that is, change in attitude of both management and workers from competition to cooperation. This principle promotes concept of sharing of gains by the management with the workers. It encourages workers to work hard and accept change for benefit of the company. It emphasizes that prosperity of a company is associated with the prosperity of its employees.
Now, next principle of scientific management is cooperation, not individualism. This is the extended principle of harmony, not discord. So, firstly, we learned science, not rule of thumb. Second principle, harmony, not discord. Its extended principle is cooperation, not individualism. That is, when we work practically, when the workers start working practically, they have to consider the interest of the entire organization and they will all work together, not competing with each other, rather cooperating with each other. So, cooperation, not individualism.
Cooperation, not individualism. Taylor's scientific management calls for complete cooperation between management and workers instead of individualism. Thus advocates replacement of competition by cooperation. It advises management to accept constructive suggestions from employees and give them suitable rewards. It establishes a work culture with open communication system and goodwill between management and workers. Cooperation, not individualism. Taylor's scientific management calls for complete cooperation between management and workers instead of individualism. Thus advocates replacement of competition by cooperation. It advises management to accept constructive suggestions from employees and give them suitable rewards. It establishes a work culture with open communication system and goodwill between management
and workers. So I hope that this principle is also clear to you. Now last but not the least, next principle of management is development of each and every personnel to his or her best efficiency or ability.
Welcome back after a long break. There is a surprise waiting for you in your cabin.
Huh?
I still remember the way you used to type with the typewriter. All the best.
Scientific management advocated workers' development. According to Taylor, each person should be scientifically selected. Work assigned should suit his or her physical, mental, and intellectual capabilities. Worker training is also essential to upgrade their skills and knowledge.
development of each and every person. Taylor's scientific management advocates workers' development through training and teaching them the best method of work. It emphasizes on efficient process of employee selection, assignment of work according to physical, mental, and intellectual capabilities. This principle ensures the above steps would increase employee efficiency and would contribute to the prosperity of both the employees and the company.
So students, I hope that you are clear with all the principles of scientific management. Do learn them thoroughly. Remember, there are only 4 principles of scientific management. Science, not rule of thumb. Logical thinking, one best method of doing a particular task, no hit and trial method. Cooperation, not individualism, because there is harmony, not discord. So harmony, not discords. Extended principle is cooperation, not individualism, because workers and managers, they both should mentally accept each other and cooperate each other mentally also, and while doing the practical tasks also. And last but not the least, development of each and every personnel to his or her best efficiency, best capability, best skills, best ability, and best talents. I hope that all the 4 principles are clear to you. Thank you all. Have a nice day.